Hi everyone, and welcome back to our Cities Skylines map we've been playing on for a while now. We've got one really big thing on the ticket item to hit, the big ticket item to hit, sorry, if I can get my words out, which is trying to get to the next level. So I was thinking of just getting the game up to speed, or as fast as it can run anyway. And we're well on our way to hitting this next milestone. We still need to get another, about 8,000 people in. So I thought we'd try and see how far we can get down that particular task with trying to filter some of the zones or districts that we already have to see if we can cram some more housing in. So here, for example, we could maybe add some housing around the bottom of this hill. Also, we still have a bit of space over here as well. And this particular mound between the river and the highway could possibly be smoothed out a little bit, and some prime housing maybe up on the hill. And then also we have this chunk on this tile here where we could expand housing as well. So all in all, we've got plenty of options, and I haven't opened this up since we last came on, but I'm thinking maybe a good place to start would be somewhere over here, seeing as we have the most easily adapted land for adding more housing. It's already quite flat over here, and we could create some interesting shapes. We don't have to stick to our grid. So yeah, why don't we maybe have a look at the districts we already have over here and think about whether we want to extend that over the whole zone. So at the moment we've got quite a big zone over here which is all doing the same thing. It has the local produce commercial turned on, small business benefactors, farming industry, and schools out as well, I think. Yeah. So actually let me just have a look at how many people are in here already. You can see we've got about 4,000 in here at the moment. A lot of them actually are seniors, which is interesting. You'd think you wouldn't get quite so many living that close to a big industrial farmland that are senior, but okay. Actually, what might be interesting is just to see how that balances against the population as a whole. Yeah, we've got more seniors in our city than any other bracket, which is interesting. So I guess the city is a nice place to come and retire. Okay. So why don't we check out the terrain and then have a think about how we might want to fit in some new roads, because we've added quite a busy little offshoot here just for some specialized industry goods, which are bakeries or pastries. So that's going to create a lot of traffic. We could potentially have one more little piece of industrial factory here, but after that I would like to maybe try and use most of this area here for housing. So let's come on with the the medium-sized road. We want it to go to ground, and we have a little bit of hilly terrain here, which is quite interesting in that it has a bit of a point to it over here on the left. But other than that, it looks quite wiggly. You know what, I might smooth this out a little bit, just to create slightly more regular look to it. We'll keep the terrain heights, but I just want to smooth some of this out a little bit. Yeah, that's about the right size. Let's turn this on so I can see a bit better what I'm doing. Yeah, what I'd like, I'm just smoothing out some of this so that it's a little bit more regular. We still have the height, it's just yeah, smoothing that out a little bit. I think all of that is fine. Over here is interesting, there's some weird shapes. Let's smooth all of this out. Oh, that drops quite quickly over there. Okay. So, just giving this a good go round the whole tile, and then that makes it a bit easier to follow around with some roads. So interestingly now this seems to be a little bit too low here, so what I might do actually is bring this up and then smooth the land around it again. Now I think I'm ready to start drawing some roads. So we've got a natural boundary line actually here that's not too far away from a straight boundary line. So what we could do is go from here just straight and see what that looks like. Yeah, okay. So if I just put that in for starters, how about we try and work around that? We can always start to bend that from here, right? Because it looks like it could be a good idea to start to bend that down the hill, especially since we've reached the edge of our tile anyway. And then why don't we continue that actually all the way around there. And let's have that go straight. Just to see what we could do over here. So again, we have a bit of wonky terrain happening. How far did we come out? We came out 18 there. Okay, so I've got the feeling that I just want to join that up to there now. And that creates a nice loop. And then in here what we could do is come out to there. And then why don't we come out there 8. Let's get that to come in there straight, and then we'll take that off that way. So you can see that if we do buy tiles later on, we can send that off down the hill, and we can maybe even turn this one here into a roundabout at some point. Okay, so let's move to a slightly smaller road. We normally use the tree-lined road for the main boulevards that run through these districts. So what we could do is add add something that comes from kind of the top of the point here straight out, maybe. Something like that. It's going to have to come up a hill to start with. There we go. And then, not sure yet what to do with it there, but I'll put a 90-degree turn in there just to denote the fact that we're at the top of the hill. I'll come back to that. And then, coming this way, I've got the feeling that I'd like to create a slightly more dynamic shape here. And I'll follow this contour line, I think, around there. And, oh yeah, as it happens, we've got a road over here, so let's bring that out straight. Okay. So I didn't want to connect that all the way up yet, just because I might not, but oh yeah, it does seem that that's a road that actually continues all the way through, so yeah, let's upgrade that one then. All the way across. Let's get that to come all the way in. Okay. Okay, good, I'm happy with that. We've got a tree-lined boulevard that goes right the length of this part of the city and comes all the way to here at the moment. Okay. So, how about we continue our road layout development, and yeah, let's have a think about putting some more roads in then. I think for this central section here we'll reserve a little bit of space for a bit of industry if we do want to expand that. So how about we come from here and start with that. I'm going to delete that road, and let's start by putting a bend in here. Okay, and I think I'd like to get that to come over to here, and that road goes right through under the mountain to the other side, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. So why don't we try and connect this all the way through then? So we'll get that to come out to here, and then bring that right the way through. And then let me just check what is the height doing through here. Oh yeah, it goes down a little bit. What I'll do then is I'll maybe turn this inwards as well, so that it meets that there, and can take it out to there. Let's, I want to see what I'm doing with this one again. So we've got a few roads that go right the way through the city now, to there, connecting two sides of the river. Okay. So the only issue is that we might have created a bit of a busy junction here, but I'm going to see if I can add a couple of extra lanes. If I can find in my pack of roads, which one is it? This one? Yeah, this one I think is the one I want. Let's do that. There we go. So now people can pick two lanes, and how about we do something similar going in the other direction as well. So on this side we've got bike lanes, so let's do that. There we go. Okay, and then I'll do a little bit of traffic management for the first time. I'm just going to give everybody who's turning left a dedicated lane. Okay, that should help. And also this needs to be a yield sign. I think I should put one there as well. Otherwise, I'm just checking this. The rest of it is fine. Okay. Right. So we've got a few more areas now to build in, and let's go a bit crazy, shall we, with some funky roads. Well, I say funky, but terrible word to use, isn't it? Let's just get a bit more creative with these zones. I'm just going to put the terrain on just to check, but this is pretty flat in here, so I can pretty much draw whatever I want. Okay. How about we start off by bringing something out from there. I'll get it to bend in there. Yeah, let's create something that starts off with some standard blocks over here. Why not bring that out? The blocks here don't seem to have worked. So maybe if I turn off road guidelines for a second, just make sure they're straight, that will probably help. Okay, so I think that worked this time. Yeah, that looks better. So what we could do is create some small housing by putting a road through the middle here so that we get quite small houses in these blocks. And then over here, why don't we change the pattern up a little bit? We could do something where we bring that out and then bring this through here. Yeah, I think I want to have something coming off of there. Yeah, let's take that all the way through. Why don't we have that bend around? Yeah, to about there. Just to create a bit of variety, and let's have that meet up with that at almost a 90-degree angle. And then why don't we just bring that out there and leave it like that, and then over here why don't we bring this down. Oops. We might put a park or something in here in the center, and then yeah, do we want to create another connection? I think we're okay, aren't we, really? Let's just create something with another grid off of the side. So we've normally been sticking to the roads to place our pipes, so let's continue with that theme. And we should bring a water pipe definitely through there. And how about there? Oh, we just need to come up there a little bit, and then that one. There we go, that's a good enough reach. Okay. Okay. I'll leave that space over there for a minute. So it feels like we need something coming off from about here. That's going to come in there. And then why don't we have something coming in that way? Over here, we could do something there. Yeah, I feel like I'll just put something really basic in there. Why do we have these two meet? So if I just get road guidelines back on, I can get that there. Good, okay, and then why don't we try and get that in the right spot. There we go. To bring that right across. And yeah, why don't we bring that through. Create a bit of an interesting bend. And why don't we carry that on? So let's get that to connect all the way up to the top. And then this one, we could just add a couple more cul-de-sacs. So let's create a bit more space here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, well let's fill that in mostly. Let's put something in here as well. I feel like we should bend this somehow, and then let's bring that out straight, or no, yeah, let's put a bit of a bend in it there, and then this one, yeah, let's put a straight line there. Okay, good. Let's get the water pipes finished over here. And we're going to need something there, and then let's continue to extend that out there, and there. We need something to finish that one off, and then yeah, let's finish that off. Okay. Up here on this hill, we need to figure out what we're going to do here. So, yeah, let's turn this one into our road with bikes, and just see how far I want to bring this one. Okay. Okay, so to me like the terrain is not that steep really, so we could keep this area quite well gridded, I think. Okay. Doesn't seem to work too well. Let's try snapping it back to a straight road. Yeah, there we go. Is that 10 really? Okay, fine. And then, yeah, let's just take it to there. Why do we close that one off? Okay. Okay, that's covered pretty much everything there. We haven't done anything this side yet. Let's try and get this to meet up, because it's going to be a while before we can actually make use of this road if we don't connect to it now. So yeah, there we go. I'm just trying to get that to meet up sensibly. There we go. And then why don't we have the road over here come in at this angle, just to make it a bit more interesting. Let's try and turn the angle off so that I can get that to do something that makes sense. No, it doesn't want to do it. Okay. So let's do that instead and then connect the two after. There we go. And good. And then we'll finish that off with, I think, a standard. Let's do, yeah, 11 total. Bring that back, and then, yeah, why don't we take that in? Just snuck that one there under the road, away from it a bit, but yeah, I think we're okay. Okay, so should we keep the same district for all of this? I think I'm quite happy for it to cover the whole lot, to be honest. Let's take all of that out. Oh, saving. Okay, so that's done. So now I need to think about placing some commercial first, I think. So we'll try and be selective about where we put this. So normally I would have it with reasonably good access to collector roads where possible, and for example here we've got pretty good access. Let's add a few there. Yeah, let's see what we get by adding a load there. And also, why don't we add a few paths to the mix for the first time today. We've got tons of paths in our city, just to connect things up that otherwise would have been left disconnected because of a road or that stopped like that. People are always happy to walk, so why don't we have less traffic on the roads and force them to walk across places. So if you give me a minute or two, I'll just fill in a few walking spots and walking connections. Let's take that. Yeah, I think I'll do that to there, to be honest. This one is that one's a no-brainer there. This one needs to connect to there and there. Oh, well, why not have one go from there to there, and then did that work? Alright, let's bring that in a bit different. Yeah, there we go. And then here, I feel like we should connect that to there and there. And then why don't we give these people the opportunity to hop across to work if they need to by putting a path there. Feels like we should add something there as well, doesn't it? We've got a road crossing right there, so yeah, let's do that. Where else could we add something? Oh yeah, over here, look. I knew I left that gap for a reason. And let's do that on both sides of the road. This one needs connecting there, and this one here. Where else? Yeah, this needs a connection somehow. How about put something there, and then over here, and try and get that to go right up to there. Good. Okay, and then how about something here? Okay. Okay, and I think I'm done with the paths. Well, no, we don't seem to have anything here. Let's take that up to there. Okay. Oh, and lastly then, let's do that there. Okay. And then how about a little bit of fencing, possibly in a few places. Just to help with a little bit more building area in places where we actually want it. So on the inside of the suburbs is really where we want to have good building area. Yeah, okay, I'll keep that like that, and then what was I going to do? Yeah, this side. this side. We're not going to have any buildings on the collector roads if possible, just because it causes massive traffic. Let's keep that going all the way through. There we go, and I'll leave the outside with fencing for now. Yeah, I'm missing some fencing here, so let's get that in. Okay. So I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with this little zone, but I know that I want to put this road in here now before I forget. So I'll just put that in there, just in case we want to use it for something later. And then maybe I'll just take that out there and leave that for now. So why don't we go ahead and try and place a nice big park here in the middle. Is it this one? Yeah, there's loads of room for that. How about putting that there? And why don't we finish off connecting this actually back up again to the other side, just because otherwise it feels a little bit strange if we don't. So there we go. And then just to fill in a little bit more with the trees, let's go to our medium-sized trees. And fill in a few more. I want to get one there and there. There we go. Okay, good. So we've got a nice little central park area. Why don't we start putting in some houses around that? So why don't we just fill that in a block and see what we get. Now, actually, we could think about maybe placing a school over here, but I haven't placed a school in this zone anywhere because I'm trying to force the people to come to work in the farms. So I think I can get away with not putting a school over here at all. There's a lot of kids and teenagers over here, but actually there's still more seniors than anything else. By quite a lot, so we should be okay without a school. But with all the seniors over here, you know what that tells me? We should probably think about trying to place some elder care over here, and that might be nice in front of the park actually. So why don't we do that? Yeah, I've decided, so there we go. Let's remove that. So let's maybe think about a bit of fire coverage. Oh, hey. Nice one, yeah. Yeah, those old guys are always peddling their drugs, right? Let's try and get a decent bit of fire coverage actually somewhere close by, because just realising that there's no good fire coverage anywhere over here. I feel like we need something about here somewhere. Looks quite central. That should cover most of the area, I think. Yeah, let's put that there. What about police? We don't have much over here, do we? Yeah, okay, let's put something opposite for police as well. And what about health in general? Yeah, let's shell out a bit of money for a clinic as well. Why don't we place that here as well? And what about a crematorium? We haven't got a crematorium anywhere over here, so I'll shell out a bit of money for that as well. Have that right opposite the clinic as a bit of an incentive for people to come and get themselves checked up, or they'll end up on the other side of the road in the crematorium. Okay, so now that we've done that, I think I can get to adding a good chunk more for housing. People should be lining up to move in. So I'm just going to put in some blanket coverage in a couple of places to start with. Feel like I want to fill all of this in. Yeah, let's do all of that as well. Over here, let's fill these in. This one, you know what, I think I'll put a shop here. A couple of shops. Then a couple of these houses. Let's get that to try again. I'll leave that corner there. Okay, some weird block stuff happening over here, so let's get rid of some of these. We're not going to have housing through the back there. I think I'll make those only for 3 deep instead, and let's do something like that, and then maybe have a nice big tree in the back. How big are these? They're huge, aren't they? I'll just try one to see how that turns out. Once it's surrounded by houses. Yeah, what else? Let's fill in a bit more over here. Just trying to get rid of any of the weird house blocking going on. Yeah, I think that I'm okay with the rest of that. Let's think about adding a couple more shops in a couple of places. So yeah, this is fairly close to some collector roads, so I think I'm going to put shops all around there. And why don't we have a shop or two just on the little entrance piece to this park area, and then I'll go back to adding a couple of slightly larger houses, I think, there. And then why don't we add houses there and there. Okay, this square in the middle I feel like we could maybe add another park or do something with it, but just because there's a bit of a gap in the middle. What could we place in the middle? How about a dog park, maybe? Yeah, how about a dog park there? And then let's fill in some stuff around that. Get rid of any of the weird blocking going on. Yeah, that's okay. Here, I think I could just fill that in. That seems okay. Yeah, okay, let's continue that all the way to there. Not sure why that's left a gap in those two, but okay, whatever. So yeah, people aren't rushing to move in. I think it's because we're still struggling to give people jobs, I think. Oh yeah, should add some more shops then. So yeah, over here we've got a bit of space on the outside of this path. Let's put something in there. And then how about a shop there? And if I stick a fence in here, that'll give us a bit more room there. Yep, let's fill that one in. And I think I'll do the same on this side. Okay, and get another shop in there. Okay. Yeah, this section's not very good for house building at the moment, so you know what I'm going to do is play with some more fencing, I think. There we go, that gets us a slightly better building area over there. And then, yeah, over here I think I'll just bring that up to there, and that up to there. There we go. You can see that's created some better zoning on this road. And then over here we could do a couple like that. There we could fit those in. And yeah, let me add a few more spots of fencing. Good, okay. And let's go for a couple more shops on the way in. And yeah, let's fill these bits in as well. We can push a house there and there. Oh, game is saving. There we go. Let's continue to fill in some of these. I can fit a nice big 4x4 there. And then that can continue on there. Could fit a couple in there. Let's put some across from the park. I feel like this section here is crying out for a path to connect these two up. There we go. And now that we've done that, I can fit in a couple of small houses around that. Can fit a bigger one in there. And I feel like I need a fence across there to sort that out. Some dodgy building sections there. In here as well, that all looks a bit weird. Let's maybe put some fencing across there. Yeah, there we go. That looks a bit better. Excuse me. Okay, and then on the inside of this weird loop, we don't have much good room for house building at the moment, so why don't we put something there, and then there. Okay, that's slightly better. So we can get some 2x2s and 3x3s in there. Can get a proper sized house in there. And then those can be normal. On the outside of the bend it's not too much of a hassle. We can just fill all of those in. Here again we've got some decent building opportunities. Okay. Let's maybe just add a couple of shops here on this corner, because I feel like it. And then how about one here as well? Or what about a couple actually? So we're just missing a couple of houses over here, and then we're mostly done for this section. Here we go. Well, we've got a bit of room here. Is it worth doing anything? No, the ground is a bit steep anyway, so happy to leave that. Okay, let's have a look at this section. Most of this, the building area, looks quite stable. I can just see a couple of places where there's some broken zones, so let's do that there. There on that bend is not great, so I'm going to get rid of any housing on that. I think that other than that, it looks pretty good, so yeah, let's cover the majority of that. Yeah, let's do all of that. Just sort out this corner here. I am going to break that one up there like that, I think. And then, yeah, let's do the last bit there as well. And then on the outside of the bend as well, it's an easy one. And, oh, I haven't put any shops on this section at all. So why don't we have a few on the way in. And then maybe something over here as well. Okay. For some reason we haven't connected this up with the path. It feels like we should do that. So yeah, I'm going to take that all the way through. Okay. Oh yeah, people are complaining about trash. That doesn't surprise me. Although supposedly coverage is pretty good, but what we could do is try and fit something here. Yeah, that's far enough away. Although I think it does, yeah, does need, I think, to come out actually a bit further away. Let's put it about here. How about that? Then it's going to mess up the water tower, actually, I think, if I put it there. What about if I change that a little bit? Okay, what if instead we take a road out there? If I place it there, is that going to bother people? Yeah, the pollution is just about reaching some of those houses. Where else could we put this? It's not going to bother people. I don't really want to put it on right on a main road. So if I got it about here, yeah, that should be pretty good. So we should be able to fit this in. Let's actually re-drill this road again and have it come out one more, and then just come to there. Now I should be able to fit it in. There we go. Okay, let's do a little bit of traffic management while we wait. So normally I would make any of these where we have roads that are urban and connecting an urban district with a collector would probably just only need a giveaway sign. So let's do that on a few of these. Okay. What about there? Oh yeah, that's not even a junction. Doesn't matter. And then what about a few dedicated turning lanes? So on all of these junctions I'm just giving people the chance to have a dedicated lane for turning left or right. Here I want people going left to have their own lane, so that looks like it's worked. And I should do the same there as well. Let's do this one. There we go. That's already done. Okay. So the traffic here is really starting to back up, isn't it? I think what we're going to have to do is let more of these guys out with maybe a timed traffic light on this particular junction. So let's come in here, turn all of this off, put on, is it this one? Yeah, this second one. Put a time traffic light in. And then I'm just going to wait to see which step it is that lets these guys go left. Yeah, step 4. Okay. So what we can do is adjust step 4 here with edit, and I'm going to change the maximum time on this one to what, like 15 maybe. Let's just, and minimum time is 5. Let's save that, and let's have that start again. Although it's saying that it's already dealt with a lot of the traffic there. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this road here needs upgrading, doesn't it? This road has probably suffered long enough. Is it? It's just one, isn't it? So I feel like this needs to be a 4-lane road through here. So if we did that, there we go. And then let's switch this at this side as well for something with 3-lane asymmetric road. Yeah, I'll put that one there and put that there. So now that we've done that, there's a traffic light on this one as well. So I actually want to get rid of that and instead put something in like that. Here as well we've got a traffic light, but I think this should be a timed one. That should help, hopefully. So I wonder how long this is going to go before we need to do something about this and maybe turn it into a roundabout. And you know what, I think what first thing we might need to do is give people 3 lanes as an option when they come in. I think we can do that down here. Yeah, 3 and 2 is it? Or let's just try this one. I'm not sure I've used this one before. So there we go. Let's check the time traffic light is still working okay. Yeah, I think that's alright. Okay, so we've dealt with that backlog. I feel like we need to continue this 2-lane view a bit further down. So let me find that again. Yeah, it needs to be there. And yeah, let's give that a dedicated set of lanes as well. There we go. Okay, so we've dealt with that little traffic backlog. Let's check the land value around here. It's not great, is it? But it's turning blue. Oh, interestingly, it's very low land value here, where the elder care is and the park with trees is. That seems really strange. Okay. You know what, I'm going to add a couple more dog parks because they are always good to bring up the value of the houses around here. And you know what, we've got a few funny shapes here, so that is a good spot for one. I reckon this here is a good spot if I can squeeze one in. No, it doesn't like it. Oh, there. It's quite close to the other one. So I feel like here it would be good to have something a little different. Maybe a gym. Yeah, I'm going to put a gym there. And then around the back, I'd like to place a couple of tennis courts or something. If we can fit 2 around the back there, that would be good. So we've got our sports hall, and let's add a couple of tennis courts. Yeah, it looks like I have to put one there and one there. There we go. And yeah, let's try and add a few more shops to encourage some people to keep moving in. Yeah, I feel like that could easily be a shop at the side there, just outside the gym. Why don't we have that come all the way around the back? And I feel like that needs to connect through to there as well. Okay. Shops and services. Let's have another look around. Where have we got some gaps? Okay. We have placed a few shops on the main road, you know. So I am wondering about just getting away with adding the odd one or two there, like that for example is a good spot. Here we've got a concentration of shops actually, so why don't we add a couple there. But yeah, other than that, don't really want to add too much more at the moment. You know what we could do is add an office or 2 in a few places, just to maybe shield from the industry here out the back. So why don't we place offices all along here. That'll encourage a bit more for people to move in. I feel like we need something there and there as well. I feel like we need a asymmetric road on this one. Let's get that sorted. There we go. Spread the traffic a little bit. Good stuff. Okay. Let's have a look through here actually. We've left this to just kind of mature for a while now. This was a load of houses that are only 1 unit wide, but 3 or 4 units deep. So you get loads of these houses that are set back quite away from the road, but have a lot of trees out the front and create quite a interesting pattern. And let me just check actually if there's more to fill in. Oh yeah, it looks like most of these have been built on, so I can fill in the rest. And let's do the same throughout that section as well. Yeah, okay. Can do a couple more there. Okay. Okay, let's get back to maybe adding an office or two. Are there any more spots that I could do that? This is bugging me, so I'm going to set that to empty and then get some more use out of it later. Let's see how many people are living in Kent Square now. It's up to 6,718, so not too bad. Traffic is pretty good. Let's check out this junction. I bet we need some asymmetric roads. Yeah, let's do that. So let's put extra lanes there and there. I think I'll extend that actually. And then let's get the traffic manager out to get them to stay in their lane. And then here they're just checking that one. Yep, looks good. And let's let people who are turning left have their own lane. Yep, all good. Okay. So that's letting people grow in quite well when we can find jobs for them at least. Let's have a look here. What's our unemployment like? 4% at the moment. Looks like we can re-employ some trash disposal. So let's turn all of these back on again. Over here we've got an office complex. Not sure I want traffic lights on the end here, to be honest. I want these guys to give way, I think. So that should, in theory, be much less traffic coming that way. Let's actually see what the traffic light is like. Do people end up using this? Oh yeah, some are using it from all the way over here where the farms are to hop onto the highway. Okay. Who's coming down here? Mostly private vehicles, and here as well it's probably the same. Yeah, okay. This is starting to become quite a busy road. So here we've got a lot of trucks coming in and out. This is mostly private vehicles and people walking. Okay. Okay, so we've filled in this quite well. maybe I think we should move away and try and build something somewhere else. How are we doing over here in our actual industry? I was wondering if I could add any more jobs in here. So we have, at the moment, nearly all of the job spaces are filled, which is great. Okay. Just checking that again. We've got not enough uneducated or educated people. Way too many highly educated people. I think that's always the way, really, but we've already set the zone, I think, to be schools out. Yeah, that's right. So we're not getting any of that, but people here still end up getting themselves pretty well educated. Well, what's happening here? We've got a bit of traffic coming. Yeah. Okay. So I thought we'd split that fairly well, but this junction's still very busy with a lot of people just using it to come straight over the highway to get to the other side. I reckon we need a bit of public transport to help solve the issue. So how about we go back to our metro and get something to connect from one side to the other over here. You can see there's one metro here already. And basically what I want to do is connect up these two lines, maybe with something in the middle. Yeah, about here. Yeah, okay. And let's go underground. Let me zoom in a bit, see what I'm doing. There we go. So let's keep that straight to start with, and then let's have it go under the road there and connect. And then over here we can just hopefully get that to go right under there. Oh no, it's going to be a challenge. Okay. Okay, good. There we go. And then over here we can get that back up. And then let's get that to join up. There we go. Then all we need is a line from there to there, and where is it? Here, and then get it to go back again. That should really help some of that, I think. Let's give this one a name. This is River Crossing, I'm going to call it. Let's have it be, what colour is it we got there? We haven't gone for like an orange. Have we? Oh yes, of course we have. Sorry, I'm going blind. What about a deep blue? Or black even. Let's go black. And now that gives me an excuse to start building something off of this section. Because I've been putting this off for a long time, what to do with this. So up that end we've got a few wind farms and a little windy country road. But over here we've got all this buildable land, which at the moment is quite uneven with lots of nasty bumps. So I might just smooth some of this out. I want to keep the height though, but just smooth some of it out a little bit, and then hopefully we can make good use of this new river crossing metro that we've put in. Okay. How about we plan for a little bit of a larger brush size when we do this, and try to set it back first of all from here a little bit. There we go. Create a slightly flat section there, and then we can always come and smooth it back out again. There we go. Okay, that's smoothed out the funky levels of what's going on over here. Okay, we just smooth the very top a little bit. Okay. So now that we've done that, I feel like I can plan something to put up here on the top. Now, we're always looking for weird and wonderful ways of adding more people to come and live here, so we desperately need to make use of this space for housing. But because of the steepness of the terrain, we are going to have to get creative, I think, with some roads. So how about we get our curved tool out. I'm going to turn the terrain map on and try and make use of what we have already been placing here. So around here, for example, we already have our highest point. Actually, let me turn everything on just at the start with, just to find the nodes. Yeah, there's a node here that's fairly high up. Okay, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to put something in. Well, first we'll make our way up gradually. It's still pretty steep though. So actually what I want to do is lower down that first node. And that one too. And then start to bring that to home by the time we get to there. There we go. And let's start to bend that right the way up. Now we can make it a bit more sweeping and get it to come up to there. And why don't we bring it right the way past the top. Okay, so we've got to the top. Where should we go from here? Feels like we should come straight down this side where it flattens out quite a bit there. And you know what, I'm going to turn to a dirt road for a second just to wind our way through this section and get ourselves joined up with that. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so from here, then what we can do is just have a couple of places where we make use of this level of the terrain. There's some really steep parts here, so I'm going to have to leave a good gap, I think, between one buildable zone and another. I want to do that bit again. Let's do that again. So we'll bring that around. Keep it roughly the same height. There we go. And take that down to there. Okay, do we want to add anything on this side? You know what, I think we could, because this actually starts to level out quite a bit over here. We could start to bring this one downhill and actually have it connect back up at the bottom. Can we get that to come out? No. Okay. So as well, I think from here, I want this to wind its way up. Let's have that come up quite gentle, and yeah, it's going to come up around there. And yeah, let's have it come back into there. Okay, now around this side, it's quite steep. I'm pretty sure we can get something in here. Yeah, let's have that come into there, like that. Okay, so if I turn this off now, I mean, it looks kind of weird, but it does follow the terrain quite well. There is maybe a couple of other places right here, for example. We could add something. There we go. And then maybe even one more level down. But that's getting quite close to the highway now. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I think that is enough for now. Okay. I think I'll get to adding some water pipes. And let's actually get this connected all the way through. First of all, under the tree-lined road. Oh, saving. I thought it frozen then for a second. Okay. And lastly, this little piece. Okay. Right, now that we've done that, I just want to do a little bit of work, flattening out some land around the road to make it easier to build on. So for example, let's doing that. Just to see if that helps with planning. To add a couple of houses here and there. Okay, and then that can go through to there. And then let's get this sorted as well. Not going to be able to build anything on that. That's way too steep, but that's okay. Let's build out that one. Right, okay. Let's do this one. This here is quite a big terraform piece that has to happen. So yeah, let's get that there smoothed out, right? This. Then when we get up here, again we need to put something in. Okay, it's a decent bit of buildable area, I think. What have I missed? Yeah, this one I haven't really done. That already looks okay. Oh. Okay, over here then. And then lastly, I think, is this piece. Okay, how's that? We've created a few levels to this now. Okay. So, after all of that, what can we actually build up here? Okay. So, you know what I think I should do is a little bit more fencing in places where we know we're not going to be able to fit in any houses. So on very steep pieces of road, for example, like there, and probably up this part. Like that is all quite steep, and yeah, similarly up here as well, actually. Okay, what about around this side? Here it gets quite steep, so let's change that buildable area through here, and same here. Okay, and then where else? Done through here and there. Doesn't look too bad. Okay. Okay, so what type of houses should we put up here? Let's draw a district over here first. That should do enough of that area. Magnolia Square. I don't think we could keep that name. It's not square, and I don't get the feeling it's got many magnolias. This is more like Windy Heights or something. So what policy should we do up here? Let's do some recycling, and again, schools out, and anything else? Do recycle plastic as well. Taxation. No, I think I'll leave that. Any city planning. We've got high-rise ban already. High-tech housing. I'll leave that on. Okay. Let's enable the theme manager. And what do we want to go for in here? Let's try maybe international. But then also, oh, I didn't just make the whole city international theme, did I? Hang on. Themes, no, I've only done it for Windy Heights. Good. Okay. And yeah, I meant to set the housing type. I am interested to try self-sufficient buildings with some high-rise residentials, just to see if I place a load of small ones how they look. So I'm going to try some 2x2s and 3x2s, things like that. So just like this, for example. I don't think I want anything bigger than 3x2. So let's try it and see what we get. I think I'm going to try and mirror the patterns wherever possible. Although it looks like I've got room there to fit some 3s. So let's do that. Okay. I think that's a reasonable start for one level. And then for the next level down, I've got the feeling that because it's quite steep, I'm not going to get that many buildings coming up this road. until maybe we get up to here. So let's just add a few sparsely placed ones up here. Yeah, is there anything that we need to do for high density? No, we've already put high rise ban on, so I think I just want to put in a couple of shops around there. Maybe one there and there as well. And then let's go back to these 2s and 3s. Yeah, let's see how this pattern goes if I alternate it up a little bit. Okay. And actually, I'm going to try and encourage people to move in with a dog park or two where possible. I'm going to need a bit of flat space for that, but I think the nearest we're going to get is placing something right here. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's try and get a couple of shops around this section. I'll go for just a couple of larger ones here before it gets too steep. And then, yeah, why not keep that going all the way through until we get to the next big hilly section. And then, yeah, why don't we just add a couple on the way up. I think that is pretty decent, and then add another shop in. So I think we're getting a few buildings now. Let's have a look, see what they are like. Oh yeah, I like the slope on these 3x2 ones. I'm going to try and see if I can get those to pop up, I think, on the way up the hill a bit more. That would have been a bit better for planning, wouldn't it? So it looks like these ones going uphill need to be 3 this way. Something like that. Okay. And I think we need to do the same, don't we, here for these. Yeah, there we go. It's got the slope in. Okay. Then down here we've got lots of room to keep adding them. Let's just think about adding a path or two, because it looks like we could do with connecting a couple of these paths up. So for example, that needs to come down then. I also think we need something that is going to come upwards and then switch back. Yeah, and then up to there. Why is that coming as a 1 by 1? Let's go away and come back again. And then over here, let's get these connected. And then this one. Okay, there we go. Okay, I want to get this to come up fairly realistically, so let's swing that into there. And then here as well, it seems like with not too much effort, people should be able to get through this little gap. There we go. And actually, there's a bit there which looks like it should just join up to me. There we go. Any more for any more? Yeah, I think we could do something here, couldn't we? Go. Maybe have that come out somewhere this way as well. Okay. Okay, a few paths are in, buildings are in. How many people have we got? 576. Okay, let's see what else do we need up here. Probably need some fire coverage. Yep, let's figure that out. Can we fit some in somewhere here? Yeah. There seems reasonable, maybe there actually. Okay, that's done. Then maybe a little police department as well. Okay, good. And then we're going to need a clinic. Finally, a crematorium. Let's see, where can we fit one of these in? Have to be there, I think. Okay. it seems at the moment at least we've gone back to losing money. So let's just try and get some housing in so that we get back some of that money. Okay. So yeah, I want to have a few shops on the way up and out of this place, and maybe even a few offices as well, just to encourage people to find a couple of places to work around here as well. Okay, that's not bad. And where else can we fit a few buildings then? We've got, yeah, here I think we could get some more of these threes in there. Okay. So just trying to make the terrain look a little bit more realistic, I suppose, in a couple of places. Yeah, that needs to be brought back out again. Let's fix that. Yeah, okay. So over here we haven't done much yet. Let's fill this in because it's right by the services as well, so people should be keen to move in. Yeah, let's try and concentrate on 2x2s where possible. Over here where it looks like we can't fit much in at all. Okay. Here I think we could do with adding just a couple of shops where possible. Yeah, good. Okay. And then some more 3x2s as well over here. Yeah, look at that. Nice building spots on this side. Okay. Just curious how many people are using the dirt roads here. Not too many, but here there's quite a few walking, which is interesting, up and around and over. here is a lot of private vehicles, mostly private vehicles. Okay, good. So I think we've made some good use then of this land, and people will gradually move in. I feel like we need a bridge across over here. Let's try and get that sorted. So let's get that straight to start with, and then that needs to come out, I think, like that, and then let's have that keep rising, because it's definitely going to be going uphill in a second. Can we bring that down? Good, okay. Then, okay, we'll fix that. But, why is it not connecting now to this one? There we go. So I think just this one here needs to come up, doesn't it? Yeah, there we go. There's already somebody using it. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, this probably could do with being connected up. Like that. And then I feel like we need a gravel path going on. Oh, hey Sutan, I remember you from a while ago. We're still building on the same map I think you saw last time. Got the old disasters turned on, but we haven't seen one for a while. Hard mode is on. The city will look a bit different from when you last saw it, maybe. The city centre over here is looking built up quite a lot now. There you go, there's a view of it. We've got quite a few special buildings over here. Stadium over there. Apparently a load of sick people over here, which I hadn't spotted before. Maybe they need a hospital or something. Let's see. Yeah, let's put something over here to help these guys out. There we go. Yeah, I think, was it you that was telling me to get these roundabouts sorted out? They're still working, just about. Still moving, chugging along. We've got quite a sprawling city of suburbs on this side of the river. It's all a lot of low density housing right here. Let's just fix this. Looks like it something burned down. I need to turn on this thing to go and rescue some people. There we go. We've added a bit more housing over here near the farming area today, and also started building a load of slightly more modern looking housing on this weird hill. You can see the look I'm going for on this weird hill. Lots of slightly high-tech housing going on. But yeah, really I'm just trying to fill in the spaces I've got to get us to 75,000 people, because that's the magic number for the next tile. We're starting to run out of space a little bit, although yeah, there's still some space hanging around. Traffic overall is still quite good for most of the city. I've got a nice spot here that I'm not sure what to do with yet. I was wondering about investing some money to have a cargo train terminal that just comes from one end of the city to the other, just to help move some of the goods by train rather than having them clog up the city roads. So potentially I was thinking of adding a cargo train terminal here somewhere, and then have it try to follow the river along here, because we've got some space along the river by this road, and then try and find somewhere to put the other terminal, maybe over here, or maybe even get it to hop across the river actually. So somewhere I'd need to put a train line bridge if I did that, and then somehow get the train terminal to maybe come across over here to somehow get into the wood production area. I think that would be quite good, because this creates a lot of traffic, and it might help just spread out some of the trucks. The only problem with putting a train terminal up here somewhere is that there's not much room to place a railway through all of this suburbs without destroying some stuff. You know what, there is a little bit of space alongside this main road actually that snakes its way through here. That goes all the way across there, and then yeah, potentially we could get the railway bridge then to hop across here. Oh look, Moses has come through again to part the waters. River is going nuts. Yeah, I don't know. Any thoughts on the cargo train idea? I'm not. Actually, there's a slight gap right around the back here. Could potentially put the railway bridge right there to get it across. Sneak it around the back, maybe. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't mind getting rid of a few houses here or there if they're right up against the boundary anyway. Yeah, that might be a good way to disturb the least amount of items and get a train line in. So I've just been trying to keep an eye on my bank balance as well, even though it's in the red right now. I don't think the overall bank balance has changed much from 600 grand. So I don't think we're losing money overall. Let's just check out some of the garbage processing we've got going on. I think we're doing quite well, but you know what, there's a good opportunity here to use this new road that I put in that is well out of the way. Yeah, there we go. Why don't we put something there and give them some water access. Maybe flatten out the land around it as well. There we go. Okay. If I do put a train terminal in, actually, I think first I would need to create another highway junction around here just to service that cargo terminal. So why don't we have first order of business is let's just add another highway junction for the hell of it, because we don't want to be creating a massive backlog of traffic. And we could upgrade this road going over the top, change it somehow, maybe make it similar to what's going on over here. If I did that, we'd need quite a bit of space. Let's have a look at what we're doing over here. So we've got two power plants that are quite close to the highway, but we could always move them if we had to. Yeah, okay. How much would it cost to move this one? Wow, 125,000. That's painful. What about this one? Only 56,000 to move that one. Okay, so you know what, that makes me think I want to use the Move It mod a little bit. Maybe cheat that one slightly, but I don't know, maybe let's try not to do that too much and just see what we could do with just adjusting the highway that we have anyway. So yeah, I'm just wondering if I could adjust that across to squeeze in a slip road down the side somehow. Yeah, I think we're going to have to turn most of these things off to fit that in. Let's maybe have it come out raised. There we go. It's coming right alongside the nuclear station cooling towers. this side, we have something coming in. I'm going to put Anarchy back on for a second. Yeah, there we go. And why don't we actually move that node down a little bit. There's a node right here as well, so I want to chuck that node further away. There we go, and yeah, that's good. Well, reasonably good anyway. Right. So I'm going to pause the game and let's get rid of this road on the top at the moment. We can do without it. And I'm thinking of maybe connecting up to this road that already comes over the top. Let's see. What could we do? So I take this a little bit further. Take it up to, what, 10, 12? And then over here, I don't think we need to be anywhere near as high because we've got this terrain anyway. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's plenty long enough for what I wanted to do. So now let's get a highway with a sound barrier. And what I think we're going to have to do is delete some more of this and maybe put some of that back in. Let's just have it come over here for now. Join over there for a second until we figure out what to do. And then, yeah, this is going to have to be something, I reckon, about this kind of level. Yeah, let's go 7 to, what about there, is it? Yeah. Let's try that. Yeah, we'll just fix a lot of this in post, right? So it needs to come up to there to start with. This then I need to come out to 7. 7. And then that should have been out here somewhere. There we go. This thing needs to move under the bridge here, I think. There we go. Right. How far do we want to come? What, maybe like about that much. Yeah, let's do that, and then I'm trying to think about ignoring that flyover altogether, just see if I can fit something in, you know, this connected up. Put one there. One there. Get a bend in to there nicely. Get that to there. Okay, we're getting there. And then, right, over here we could get that to come down. Do something like that. Could maybe even have that come out to there. And then on this side, I think we need to sort out the heights a little bit, but is that high enough? Yeah, I think that might be actually. So I'll come up a little bit, and then this one, let's do the same. Aha. I think we've cracked it. Okay, and then this one, I want to have the same height as that one. Undo that. This one. Let's try and get all these nodes now. They can all be roughly the same height as that one. Right, can we get this one the same height as that one as well? No, okay. Let's take this down as well then. Okay. Okay, so I think now we've got all of these going around at the same height. And then the fiddly bit is going to be fitting something which has got to go under here. But it can be done. How far roughly do we want to go? Yeah, something like about there. And then get that to move in. Let's bring that away from the dog park. Does that fit under there easily? Not sure. Let's lift that up a little bit. And similarly, lift that. And that. There we go. I think we're good. And then lastly, we need something to do something up here. Can't even see where we're going. Let's come under here. There we go. Okay, good. And then just need something to come up there. Not sure yet where we're going with that, but it will feed pretty quickly into a train terminal somehow. So let's just concentrate on fixing some of the lanes on this thing. So I think I want, where is it, 3 lanes on this section. Is that right? No, sorry, other way round. Nope. I want 2 lanes here, 3 lanes here. There we go, 3 lanes there, and there, and there. Okay. I feel like that should be stuck to the ground properly. There we go. Okay, let's get the traffic manager out. I'll do a little bit of quick setup and then proceed to try and fix it a little bit better. So yeah, I think we need to let these guys come in like that, but then also here they should be able to go up 1 level if they want. And these should be able to come down 1 level if they want. And then over here, is it 1 lane for leaving? Yep, okay. And then under this one, we want to give them a lane each, but then these guys can go up and down 1 lane if they want. Okay. I'm going to turn Anarchy off now. See if this weird looking thing that I've built is actually going to work. So what else do we need to connect together before I do that? So we've got this weird thing. What is this one? That's a bike. So let's connect that up. Yeah, I'll just connect that up like that for now. Right, okay, and then, oh yeah, through the middle, let's put this down a bit so that it's making sense with the other segments around it, and then, yeah, this is all going to be with Anarchy on, I guess, to fix that. It's 2 lanes through here so that we go with 1 lane coming off and what happened there? This one should have been above ground. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So now that we've done that, we can maybe move that a little bit further away from the dog park. Good, okay, and then also here we could come a bit further away from the power station. And there as well. Okay, and then final touches is going to be giving these guys all a lane each when they come out, and then the same at this end. Right, let's play that, see if it's going to work. Are there people using it? Yeah, people are already planning to use it. Okay. So now that we've done that, I'm a bit concerned about this junction over here because it's going to get busy. We're going to need to think about what we do with this. Should we make it a roundabout now? Or maybe wait and see what happens. I could put a timed traffic light on it to start with. Looks pretty quiet at the moment, but Not many people have had a chance to try this out yet. So yeah, what are we going to do down here? We've got this weird terrain section here, and if we were going to put a train terminal anywhere, I think it needs to be somewhere here, doesn't it? There's a bit of flat ground just over there. Okay. Okay, so what I'm thinking is make this bit here kind of a dedicated section loop which only goes into and out of a train terminal. So it's going to come out to there, and then let's just make sure we get a bit of flat terrain here, and then I think what I'd like to do actually is to bend that to there, have that come out like that. Let's spend some money on our first cargo train terminal. Boom. And then we're going to have to bend this back around. How do we want to take this back down towards the highway? Because you know what we could do is we could give it a dedicated access back to the highway maybe, or the other option is for now that we just bend it around here like this and do something like take it up and over maybe. That one. This needs to be coming up. Okay, and then from here, I'd like to have one slip road which goes straight out of the place, so it can go there. Okay, good. And then the other section that could go let's try and make this gentle into there. Is that going to work? Okay. So then I feel like this is definitely going to need extra lanes there. And then actually maybe this needs to be extra lanes as well, so let's make that last piece 2 lanes, and sure that makes sense. So they can go left and right. And then here as well, they should be able to go split if they need to. Okay, so we have the start of our cargo train terminal loop thingy. And two options. We either send this off down the riverside one way. We could maybe have one train terminal here. Or maybe we could do both. We could have one there and we could have one round the back here. How about that? Okay. So to get this working, I reckon I can start to raise that a little bit. Right, when we get to what, here? Yeah. Is that too much or is that enough? Right, then we can go above ground. There we go, we can swing underneath now. And then let's just check that from this side. Let's try and make that a bit smoother on the decline. And we can always drop that further down. Okay. So now that we've established a level, now I feel like I can place this thing should be relatively safe going under these bridges, but they probably get flooded every once in a while. Yeah, okay. So let me just lower this a little bit. So hang on, I should turn off all the bits I don't need. Nodes is the only bit I want. So I want these two, and yeah, those. So if I make all of them the same height as what this one, what does that look like? Yeah, that's too high. What if I make them all the same height as this one? Oh yeah, way too low. I feel like this might need to be the magic height. What if we try it there? Okay. Which one was it? Yeah, this one. Right. There we go. So, yeah, that fits through there easily. That's good. We've got enough height over here, I think. Yeah. Okay, can we squeeze our way through this water station thing? Just about, I reckon. Yeah, that was pretty good. And then here we've got another thing to go under. Let's use the let's use this picker tool actually to turn that into that version so that it's above ground, and then get that to go under there a little bit more. Couldn't smooth that again, but okay. Let's get that around to there for now. Okay. Is all of this still at the same height as it was all the way over there? If I select all of this. Okay, and try and make it the same height as what, this one. How's that looking? Oh yeah, that looks a bit better to get under the road. So let's do the same. Control H to there. We'll fix the land later. Yeah. It's interesting, it's turned that into a tunnel for us, isn't it? Yeah, maybe we'll keep that as a tunnel then, for there. Why fight it? Yeah, I don't know. Really, I'd like it to come back up on the other side. Like that. There we go. Let's just have a look at the old tunnel itself. Is that okay? I think that's okay. Yeah. It is going to be flooding a bit though, isn't it? Look. Here comes the flood. I think we're going to need to pre-prepare a key wall, aren't we, around here. Yeah, do you know what? To be honest, because this is getting towards people's houses and suburbs, I think I will just keep it underground, you know. Let's go back to tunnel. There we go. I'll get it to come back up a little bit further round. Here, I think, is where I would like it to do that. So let's bring it up to home. Okay. What if I made that one the same height as that? What does that look like? Yeah, okay, should be reasonably good level if we put it there. So let's do a little bit of terraforming starting here. Right, we're going to have to create a space, aren't we, for the train terminal. Unfortunately, it's going to mean getting rid of a lot of that. And let's try and smooth this out as much as possible. Okay, and then I think I want this actually to extend a bit further out, because we're going to need to bring a road down here. Let's try that out. So, yeah. Let me put something in there, but I'm going to quickly turn that into sort of a one-way loop. So we'll bring that in like that, I think. And then also I feel like there's a weird height thing going on here still. Yeah, let's bring this down. Then that one can come down even further. And then, yeah, there we're pretty much down where we need to be then. Okay. So I'm guessing that I'm going to be able to get the train depot in somehow. A bit here, roughly. Yeah, it's going to have to be something like that. Probably. Let's see. Oh, no, it needs to be a bit further back. Okay, let's try that again. Let's bring that in at a slightly better angle. There we go. And for the roads, I feel like we need to have this bend out slightly better, so let's have that force itself like that, and then like that. And then this looks like the perfect spot to carry that on, doesn't it? And then have it come up to there and have one piece that goes straight into the highway here. And then, yeah, you know what, I reckon this one we should send off. I might change this a little bit in a minute, but let's get it in first. That looks terrible, doesn't it? I'll fix it. It's going to mean using some of the Move It mod to rescue the day. Right, there we go. Got some weird wibbly wobbly bits in it at the moment, but we can sort all of that out. Do we want that to maybe just come up straight over here first? That might be easier. That's not too bad. And then over here, we need to get this to come down slightly better. And then this bit is going to need to be 4 lanes for a little while, like that, and then similar here. Yeah, I think that's made all of that 4 lanes. There we go. Let's make that there, and then it can merge there. Okay, good. Right, what's going on here? People are busy trying to merge lanes. Why are they trying to do that? Here. Wow, we've got some weird stuff going on. Let's make these people only come up 1 lane if they want, and then here they should go straight on, and then here I want them, if they want to come down only 1 lane, and then yeah, get them to behave a little bit better, I think. Can you guys not be trusted to merge smoothly? Come on, there we go. I mean, come on guys. Don't try and move over 2 lanes in one go, it's just common sense, right? What did I do there? Up. So let's go. This one can come down 1 lane if they want to. Okay. Same here. You can come out 1 lane if you want. And then here, let's try and make sure that these guys merge sensibly. Okay, that's moving better now. Let's go back to the move it mod just to fix this thing. Okay, and then if I break out the, is it this one, the node controller, there we go, I can make some of these sloped, I think. Make flat, make sloped, yeah, and then this one, make sloped. Okay, that already looks sloped, doesn't it? This one doesn't seem too bad. This one needs to be made sloped. There we go. And this one needs to be made sloped. Good. Okay, and then final bit of move it mod tampering. Okay, what's the traffic hold up? Seems okay, I think. Okay, let's get some water. And then over here we need water. Cool, the upkeep on these is quite high, isn't it? But I hope it's worth it to save some of the traffic. I feel like we should bring the land out a bit here, shouldn't we? Just to make sure that we have enough bank to save the river. And then where else did we need to fix some of the land? Try and smooth some of this out a bit without messing up the bank too much. These are called cuttings, aren't they, normally in the real world? So, and they do exist, so it's fairly realistic. And yeah, I think smooth that out. Well, a little bit, but all the way down there now. Okay. Is this even going to get any use now that I've done all this? Was it worth it? Haven't seen a train make use of it yet. Wow, there's a train. Off he goes. Okay, so now that we've managed to do that, I either want to finish off the evening with adding one more terminal that connects from this end, or we add it from this end that goes around the back. It's a bit of a long detour if I come right the way around the back to this industry. Is there any way of getting a railway line to hop across the river here through the town centre somewhere that doesn't mess up the town centre itself? So if I look carefully, we do have a little bit of room beside this main road. There's a bit of room. So, well, I don't know, this junction is going to be a bit annoying to deal with. But we've got room all the way through here. Then we've got these two roundabouts to negotiate as well. We've got cars here that like to take a roller coaster ride that's invisible. Some kind of jump that nobody can see. So let's just say, for argument's sake, if we did take the train line along that main road somehow, maybe we could just do it below ground as well. But I don't really want to do that if I don't have to. It's better to have your train lines above ground where possible, because it costs a lot of money. Yeah, I don't know. I'm losing money as well, I think. I want to keep this running for a bit longer. If I'm losing money, I need to try and make some money elsewhere. Yeah, see, now that I have spent all the money to get the train line up to this part, it is going to be easier if we just hop across the river under the town centre, I think. If we have to go under, then surely that's going to be cheaper than destroying parts of the city. So if I sent this to dive underground, I wonder how quickly it would have to dive to get under the river. I think that's just not possible, is it? So I think to start with, we're going to have to come out with a bridge, which is fine. We can do that. So we'll do that to there to start with. Okay. does that look? I mean, it's a pretty swift dive, but I think that's what we're going to have to do. Okay, so we're now, what, pretty deep, so we shouldn't really be hitting anything else. So I'll try turning Anarchy off and keep running this under here, see how it goes. Oh no, I think we've got to go to 20. Okay, we'll go to 20 deep, and we'll run ourselves under there. Can we fit under... Oh no, we've got to go even lower. Right. Okay. Okay, so we need to plan where we're going to bring this road up. I think I've got an idea where I want to put it. It's going to be up here somewhere. Got a bit of flat ground we could play with, or we could create it anyway. So here somehow we need to... yeah, it's a bit annoying, isn't it? Look at how that behaves under there. There we go, that flattens that out a little bit. There we go. So let's add another loop around the back here. Which one was it? This one? Yeah, I've got the right one. Okay, so when we come straight down from here, just check this terrain to see what's going on. Yeah, okay. Okay, let's try and get that to come across to there. Okay. And then we just need to get this then to with a bit of cheating, bring that up around. Come on, get the snapping on. There we go. Okay. How are we doing? Let's bring that up a little bit. I think we can make it sloped. There we go. Good. And then we need to get this road finished here, so let's bring that somewhere useful. Why don't we bring that down to there. There we go. And that's going to need water. So there we go. So people are using this one already quite rapidly. Have we made this one reasonable in the way it comes down the hill? Yeah, it looks a bit steep in a couple of places, so let's bring this one up a little bit. This one is okay. This one could come down a little bit. So given all that pain, it wasn't too bad if I hide it under the city centre, and it's going to allow some of the trucks to hopefully stick closer to the highways and just deliver the goods to the terminals. Maybe, if we're lucky, take some of the traffic off the roads. We'll have to see. It'd be crazy if it just made the traffic worse, wouldn't it? Which seems to have done here. What have we done to the highway? We've made a mess, haven't we? Here, let's have a think about if we can do anything with this, with some extra lanes. People here seem to be trying to merge. Okay. Let's try doing something without lanes for a second. I'll just get these guys to move like that, but if these guys want to come across, they can. Then here I'll let everybody move up a lane to the outside if they want. Okay, and then this one, you have to stay where you are. Okay. What about anything else can we do? Have we let anybody move out of this section who wants to? I think we're going to have to allow these guys actually to move up a lane, aren't we? Maybe remove that one. Okay, so now it's just about people queuing to get in to this section. Can we do anything here to speed this up? People are already streaming out onto this thing and then moving. Here we've got a bit of a problem. What's going on here? People are coming out, that's not too bad. Okay. There is definitely a queue though. They should just be coming out if they can, which most of them are. Don't really want to add slip lanes to this roundabout right now. Yeah, I'm not sure if the city is at its limit, anywhere near its limit really, in terms of cars. I mean, maybe you know this better than me. I'm not sure what the limit for cars is on a map. If I go to, for example, the one of the trash collection places, I assume they're working still. We've got trucks coming in and out. Garbage trucks in use, 9. So they seem to be coming out okay. That traffic problem seems to have sorted itself out on the highway anyway. So the highway is all filtered through. So the only problem now is this section for people coming in. Right, where are all these people trying to go? If I select this area, A lot of it is trucks trying to fan out. A lot of them really should be coming this way though. I want the guys to be using this road to get into the wooded industry. So I could, you know, try banning industry traffic on this slip road. What do you reckon to that? Is that going to work? Should we try that? So, vehicle restrictions. Is it this one? Must be this one. I wonder if that's going to upset some people. Is it control? Apply to tie road. No, I think I'll do that carefully. Just for the length of this thing. So I'm going to experiment with that and see if the trucks find another clever way to get in, which hopefully means they'll use this one or this one to come in instead. So if I come to here now, yeah, I don't see any trucks trying to come in this way, so that's good. Trucks should all be using one of these two. Yeah, I know what you mean. I find that there are certain parts of this game that I know really well. Somebody will just ask you a question sometimes and you think, oh, I have no idea. So yeah, I think I'm going to get ready to finish it this evening. I've been going for a few hours now and need to get ready for the next day. But let me just fix this power issue. Looks like we're needing a bit of power in the budget, so that should be hopefully an easy fix. Oh wow. Apparently we need a lot of extra power at the moment. Okay. That should have done it. The ship, oh yeah, in the background, yeah. Yeah, it's a little wooden model that used to belong to my grandfather, actually. Let's see how this terminal's getting used now. I mean, there's a decent amount of traffic coming in here to use that one. And how's this one? Yeah, this one is sending trains out pretty quickly. I saw 2 trains there. And then this one, there's a train here right now. But yeah, I think it's helping. But I think what I'll have to do when I come back next time on Friday is find another way to make some more money, because I think putting in these train lines has caused me to consistently lose a bit more money. So yeah, I think I will leave it there for this evening and see you guys Friday night. I'll be back at 8 PM GMT. So yeah, thanks Sultan for dropping in. I'll maybe see you again. And don't know if you saw this, but we've got a stadium in. Maybe since you were last here. They win us some money now and again. Yeah, I'll leave it there for tonight. Thanks all. Bye.